today in the New Forest, where I would start my walk for today. Recent studies have shown that being outside in nature for about 120 minutes a week is beneficial for your health and your well-being. So I would like to invite you to come on this walk with me to explore the sound of nature, the view of nature, and the smell. Let's come with me and join in.
So me and Janine are out here in the New Forest, and it is springtime. It's around about March, and we're really close to the spring equinox, which is around about the 21st of March. And this time is springtime for us here, and I don't know about you guys, but I've been really waiting for the spring to come. Number one, because I really like the warm weather. How about you guys at home? So it's getting warmer, and we can see all the buds are coming out on the trees. We can see the blossoms starting to appear, and I don't know whether you can hear, but all the birds are starting to wake up. So it's a really beautiful time of year. And as Janine said earlier, it's a great time for people to get out and to walk in nature. Actually, when we came into the front here, there was a sign that said that there are rare birds nesting in this area, and they have birds like nightjars and the Dartford warbler. So if you're really quiet and you're really careful, you might be able to see some of these really wild birds that are nesting in the area. It's just a really beautiful time, and it's a time of sort of yang energy when everything's starting to burst forward. It's kind of like a time of rejuvenation. So we can look at nature, we can see what's happening and draw from nature and help to make some really great lifestyle changes from the transition from winter to spring. So we're going to go and have a little look around and see what else we can find, and see if we can get some inspiration from the springtime and from nature. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. Everything's green, you know. I really like it going into the woods, because you see so much leaves and you can hear the rustling, you know. And also what I like to do is look around, see the trees, the barks, all these different textures, and like these, like all the new leaves coming up in spring. It's growing.
Yeah. Actually, this is the best time of year to, if you want to like renew your energy, it's the best time of year to do kind of like stretching exercises.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like all your tendons and everything are kind of connected to the springtime. So you can like take up things like yoga, or you can take up things like or kind of like Tai Chi, or these type of exercises are really great for this time of year. Yeah.
I also, when you out and you walk and you're just walking normally, and then sometimes you feel the urge where you just want to breathe in, right? You just go
Yeah.
like, get everything.
Clean out your
Yeah,
lungs.
clean out your lungs.
Well,
get
this also
everything
it's
in.
like it's spring cleaning, isn't it? So it's
Yeah.
this time of year is like like getting rid of all the old and the new. Like we were saying earlier about hibernation, things coming
Yeah.
out of hibernation and they're like rejuvenating. Like people normally they usually sort of clean their house during this time,
Yes,
don't they?
yeah,
Or they,
yeah, a lot of people do.
They're like a massive sort of spring clean. That's what I'm going to do when I go home. I'm going to do a massive spring clean. Get rid of all my old stuff.
And then you can also, once you clean again, you start growing, isn't it? You start
Yeah.
planting your garden.
Yeah.
You,
This is the perfect
Yeah.
time, isn't it, for sort of planting your veggies and green stuff.
Yeah.
Did you plant any green stuff
I think
last
we
year?
no, we started tomatoes, but I think it hasn't come up yet because it was too late. So I think this year we're good
You
for
need to start early.
for doing it.
start
Tomatoes,
right
yeah,
now.
tomato plants.
I grew some
Yeah.
sweet corn. It was like it was a mission, but it was great.
Did you have it all? Did you?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was good.
Yeah, there's lots of things sort of coming up, sprouting up. Back there was like the foxglove,
Mm.
kind of foxgloves, and that's going to come up beautiful, in the summer.
What, like snowdrops
Bluebells,
and daffodils?
and daffodils.
I think it is quite nice. They look really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're quite small, these ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think because they're wild, aren't they? Wild.
Yeah, I think wildflowers are usually smaller than.
Take a picture, there we go. Oh, so
Yeah.
nice, so pretty.
Do you know what this reminds me of? It's like, if you see this, now you know where artists get their creativity from.
Yeah.
You know, or like their inspiration.
Yeah.
Any type. So if you're an artist, let's say you want to write or you want to draw,
You can
or
come out
you come out into nature and basically fill your brain with inspiration.
This is a time of creation, though, because you've got to think
Yeah.
about it. Everything is like bursting forward. The energy is really yang,
Yeah.
So it's kind of things are like pushing forward, and so it's the best time to kind of get your
Creativity.
creativity, yeah,
Okay.
and your vision, and so it's
Yeah.
a really great time to
Yeah,
do that.
you need some stimulus, don't you?
Yeah.
So I also do like the colors, like
Yeah.
yellow and green, or even if you look at the snowdrops, like white, like the first flowers in the year. It's really
And they do say
nice.
if you're feeling like a little bit low, if you feel a bit low or a bit depressed, then if you come out into nature and you look at things that are green, that's supposed to
Yeah.
really help lift your mood.
Yes, yeah,
So
I
you
believe
can-
that.
I think
believe
that's-
that.
yeah.
That's true.
I always feel good when I'm out in nature, like if I do some running. Like the other day we went running in the forest,
Yeah,
and like breathing in all of that, and like all the oxygen and seeing all the trees and everything, it really helps you calm your mind down and like rejuvenate your
Yeah.
energy. Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah. Okay, shall we move on?
Yeah. Okay. See what else we can find.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, I've got my. So Ginny and I had a really great time sort of walking through nature and
Yeah. Are you hurting anywhere?
no, why should I? No.
Well, some people sometimes go like, "Oh, my legs hurt," or
No.
if they haven't walked long enough. So
Yeah. I
I'm
think
just
it's-
asking, see if you're right.
No, I'm cool. I'm very
Okay.
cool. Yeah, cool. I think it's really nice sort of getting out and about in nature. We've been chatting about how we can look at the signs in changes in the season and how we can live sort of according to those changes, helping us to transition through. So we were chatting about exercises that we can do, and obviously walking was one of them, and stretching, and how the change in the season we can look at nature and we can kind of see what's happening and how we can sort of work in harmony with it. Like looking at the things we can eat. We sort of mentioned about things sprouting and coming up and new life happening, new beginning, new start, and creativity, new creation. And then obviously we want to go with the flow. So we want to go in harmony with the change. So if it is a time of transition and a time of growth and new beginnings and spring cleaning, then we should be doing those things as well to help.
I think it's like it's similar, probably also to what animals do, isn't it? It's like when you start. That's why I think that's probably why we have these rituals as well. You know, where you say, not drinking in January. I do vegan months, or so. But also you start exercising as well. Usually at the beginning of the year, and because you set. During winter, you sit inside and it's dark outside, and you're not motivated to go outside. Now it's much lighter. I can feel it even when I come home from work. It's much lighter now, and you feel a bit more like, oh yeah, let's go for a walk, or let's.
You want to get outside.
Let's get outside. You know, go for a bike ride or whatever. And first of all, I think it's just like, even if you do the simplest things as walking, which anyone can do and anyone should do, so there shouldn't be any restriction on not going up on your feet and walk around.
They say, I was reading this thing that's saying that you need to be careful when you're going out walking, because the seasons are changing. It's quite windy.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that you wrap up nice and warm.
Yes.
So you don't get a cold. They talk about a spring wind.
Do they?
Yes.
So what does a spring wind do to you?
Spring wind. Well, I think the wind is there to help pollinate everything.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
okay.
and kind of. Yeah, but there's a lot more wind sort of this time of year. So you have to keep yourself nice and warm when you're out and about walking.
I usually, there's this rule. It's like, I think it's like in old wives or grandma tale, whatever. They always said, where I grew up, they always said, don't sit on the floor in the months the months that have an R in it. You're not supposed to sit on the floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like, which leaves you with like May, June, July, August, where you can do whatever. It's safe, right?
To sit down. This is damp, isn't it, on the floor?
Yeah, I think so. I
think like your environment and nature that surrounds you affects you. I think we become so distant from natural world. You know, it's very separate. Nowadays, it's very separate to people. They don't tend to go out in nature very much. But I think during the lockdown, people can go out and they can experience nature, and they can get some wisdom back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Like what your grandmother used to say, don't sit on damp grass, or be careful when you're out in the wind. Make sure you cover up when you go out in the wind, things like that.
So
get a bit more connected.
Yeah, I definitely, I think in nature you definitely get connected. I think for me it's like three things you get from being out in nature and walking as well. So one is obviously you get exercise, right? You get active, your blood's moving, you fill your lungs with fresh air. So that's one thing. Second thing is like you get mentally stimulated. So it's like if you're down, or if you're having a bad day, or if you're too stressed, you just go outside and then everything is better. And a third one is like inspiration. Get your inspiration to do other things from nature. So I think those are my like 3 points where you go like, this is really why you should do it, and you should do it often, almost every day.
And I think like because it's spring, it's like you said, it's the perfect opportunity because the days are getting longer. It's warmer. It's like a key time to start exercising, to start moving your body. And when we've been out and we've been looking, we've seen all the plants coming up, we've seen all the animals sort of scuttling around and all the birds sort of getting active. And I suppose that we can learn from that. Oh yeah, maybe that's something that we should be doing as well. So start moving your body, start stretching, and cleansing. It's like a cleansing time. We were talking earlier about the liver and about people doing sort of cleansing things to help this time of year. So sort of not eating kind of junk food and sort of sweets and this type of stuff, but kind of eating more healthily, sort of fresh green sprouting.
Yeah, I think it's a bit like at the moment it's Lent, isn't it? Where people like religious or sometimes Christian people, they fast as well just before Easter.
Oh right,
isn't
okay.
it? They do this like I think 40 days before Easter. They start basically. It's already incorporated in a lot of cultures as well that you do this with the season. Yeah. And I think it's quite good because it's a bit like you reset your body. You reset your body to then go with the season.
It's like a cleansing, isn't it?
We looked out for animals. So we saw some birds, we saw some horses, lots of dog walkers are about. So you see a lot of dogs. We saw some deers as well. So if you're I think that's what I like in nature as well. If you're quiet, you sometimes can see things you don't expect.
I think that's like when you take the time to slow down.
Yeah.
I know sometimes when I go and take some pictures out in the countryside, and if I really, really want to see it, it kind of doesn't happen. But if you kind of stop and listen and relax, then you can see a lot more things. The world comes to you,
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that. So that was like animals. So we saw plants, loads of plants.
And we saw everything sort of sprouting and blossom just starting to come out of the trees. And we were talking about things sort of pushing forward and this sort of yang energy of spring. And we were also chatting about things creative is a time of growth and a birthing season and development. We were chatting about sort of creative visions and a time of...
And I think we also talked about, in terms of growth, we obviously talked about planting things. So what can you grow in your garden? What obviously is a good time to start this now to harvest in summer or autumn? There's
a thing that I really want to do this year, is I've heard about, is at the beginning of spring, apparently you can go and pick the stinging nettles. Stinging nettles?
Yeah.
Well, the tops of the stinging nettles that come out in the springtime are really rich in iron. So this time of year, you can pick the tops of the stinging nettles and make...
tea.
Tea, you can make tea with them, and it's really good for your blood. So
you use the whole thing, or
no,
just the
sprout, just the very green part that comes out the top.
How many tops do you need?
This is the first time that I've done it, so I don't know. I'm just going to pick a few.
You haven't.
I haven't experienced it. I'm going to try it this year.
Okay.
But apparently, you have to be careful when you pick them. There's no butterfly eggs underneath them, so you have to kind of check.
Yeah.
But kind of these little things that you can do in springtime that are, that you can do.
Get excited about.
Yeah, you get excited about. Yeah. So I'm going to try this out and see what happens.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, I will let you know. I wonder if there's the guys out there who are watching, or is there anything that they are going to do for the springtime? Maybe you guys out there are going to maybe do a spring clean of your house, or maybe a spring clean of your mind. You can write down all the things that you don't need anymore, or make some plans or some decisions and
so
get creative.
What kind of ritual do people have out there to do this?
Maybe we can hear about your spring plans.
Yeah. I mean, I think personally part of my spring plan, you already started with like your New Year's resolutions, right? So
and now they've gone.
Yeah.
And we didn't do them. So it's time to make some new plans.
No, but it's the same. It will be the same, right? Because it will be the same.
Yeah.
So it's still like get away from your computer, get out there.
Yeah. Oh, actually, it's really there's another interesting thing about when you say about computer is because this season is all about sort of cleansing the liver, and the liver is to do with your eyes as well. So you can do lots of eye exercises to help with this change in the season.
So what is that then? Blinking, or what kind of
You
exercise
can like
do you
massage
do?
around your eyes,
Yeah, okay.
and different exercises that you can do. And obviously when we spend a lot of time on computers, it drains our energy because we're staring constantly.
Yeah.
And this is not good for this time of year, for the liver and for the springtime. So to get away and off the computers, you know, a really good thing to do.
Yeah.
And some massages, stretching, qigong exercises, things like that.
Yes.
We just want to say thank you so much, guys, for watching. We hope that you've enjoyed your spring walk with us, and maybe put a little bit of a spring in your step.
Yeah. And we hope you get some motivation and inspiration to get out there, enjoy springtime. And yeah, thank you so much. And we would like to see you at our next Shaolin talk. And until then, just join us and we soak in some of this environment.
Yeah, we're going to take a few minutes now just to chill and just, experience Mother Nature.